Hey, what is up, guys? Machineheart, Tristan here, and I'm bringing you ghostly advice, episode number 6, I think, and I'm gonna get right into it. So thanks for the advice, Annie, on how to get past protective parents. She said she cannot go out with guys, but she can go to our school formal. When I asked her that, she said she'd do it. So how do you get around protective parents, or do you? Now, there is a way to get past protective parents. Now, what you need to do is, after going to the school formal, make sure you bring her home on time, or whatever the deal is, like before you know, they demand that she's back home. And then you need to go up to her father, preferably, and then look him right in the eyes, and maybe shake his hand or something next to her, right? And then you need to ask him, you know, do I have permission to date your daughter? Now, there is a yes or no answer to this. But if not, my suggestion, if he says no, my suggestion is that you just date her and under the table, like no one knows. It's not that hard to do, but you can just hang out with her at school and be dating and kiss there and stuff. Maybe she can hang out with you and you just tell them it's platonic, but you know it's not. Hope that helps. I really hope they accept you. Please let me know. Hey man, I really like your videos and you give really good advice, thank you. But I have a bit of a problem. Somehow at my school spread a rumor that I raped a girl. I was investigated and the girl was too. It was determined that it never happened and it never did. But my school still mumble under their breath, there's the rapist. I went to the principal and the police with this stuff, so it goes on. Is there anything I can do to make the whispering stop so I can just finish school? Thanks for the time, I'm truly grateful. Now, I don't think you can actually make the whispering stop. Like, somehow that's just something that people are going to keep doing. Now, what you can do is determine how much whispering happens. Now, here's what you got to do. If you ever hear it, don't look irritated. Don't look mad. Pretend like you never heard a damn thing. You know, keep your chest out. Keep smiling. Keep looking happy. And, because if you were to flip out, right, like somebody's like, you know, mumbling, like, there's the rapist, and you go up to him and you're like, hey, what the hell? They're just going to keep doing it, right? That's the deal. But if you let this thing, you know, come into nothing, right? It appears there's nothing, you know, like no one really cares anymore. It will blow past. Trust me, it's really not that hard. And then it shouldn't really be that bad of a deal. And if you hear it, just try to ignore it. Don't, you know, react. Don't get angry. Don't talk to them. Don't confront them. Nothing. Just, you know, be regular. If someone asks you about it, just like, no, man, it didn't happen. That's what I gotta say. Don't get irritated if they keep, you know, saying that it happened. But then be like, yeah, show me the proof. And then, so email number 3 is, I have no friends. That's the deal. Now, what you need to do is start talking to people. That's the very first step to making friends. It's really not that hard. You start talking to people, and then you discover common interests. So, you know, like, let's say, for example, what I've done and what you can do, it's really easy, is you start talking to people, like in your class that you sit next to or whatever. And what you're going to do is you're going to be like, hey, you know, maybe you like Call of Duty or something, like I do. And sorry, I hope you guys enjoy the Crysis 3 gameplay. Please let me know your opinions on that in the background, but it's a pretty fun game. I won't be doing it all the time, just, you know, every once in a while. And what you need to do is, you know, maybe ask them, like, hey, do you play Call of Duty or anything like that? And then that's really easy to get a conversation started. It's almost ridiculous. And it's just start talking about common things. Maybe you're really into sports, and you could start talking about sports, because a lot of people share common interests. And if you start talking to people, that's how you make friends. It's really, really easy. I really like this girl, but she likes someone else. You guys might have this problem. I've talked to her a lot, and she knows that I like her, but she didn't want to give up her current BF. I am in the 8th grade now, and will be in a different high school next year. What should I do? Should I wait till they break up, or move on? Thanks. I am, you know, I'm gonna leave the name out, but I love your vids. Thank you. So what you're going to want to do is not wait for this girl. Now, I made the mistake of actually doing this. So I was in the same situation just a few months ago, actually. So I like this girl. She had a boyfriend, and then he ended up breaking up with her, and I was like, oh, cool, here's my chance. So I waited about a week or so to talk to her, but then found out that she didn't like me back, and she knew I liked her, and then, yeah, I just moved on. So there's that. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna just back off. That's what you need to do. You need to start looking for the other fish in the sea at this moment, because, you know, there are, and you're wasting your time with this girl, you know, you're like waiting and waiting to pounce. But, you know, what you need to do is you need to start looking for other girls, and then if the opportunity comes where they do break up, give it a few weeks or so, and then, you know, maybe out of the blue, you know, just ask her out or something. You know, why not? Unless you have a girlfriend then. But don't wait for her. Move on. Start looking for other girls. But if the situation does arise where they do break up, then you can try asking her out. But then if she says no, then you move on completely. But yeah, so start looking for other girls. And the last question I have. Alright, so I hooked up my friend with this new girl at school. Everything is going great until we found out that she is pregnant. They have only been dating for a couple of days, but somehow in her slutty little mind thinks that he's the father, even though she has slept with at least 4 other guys. He's really depressed now and won't talk to anybody. What do you think I do? Feel free to say anything. Now, I guarantee you he's not the father, and here's why. It takes a few weeks, like maybe in a few months to like determine that a girl's pregnant. You know, she'll miss her period, and she'll be aware that she's pregnant. Now, in a few days, if her period's just a few days late, that cannot constitute him as the father guaranteed. And now because she's a little slut, I love you said that in there, like, that doesn't mean anything. Now, what your friend needs to do is just totally ignore her. I mean, not ignore her. Kind of ignore her. Totally just ignore, like, any crap that someone tries to give him. Like, you got your girlfriend pregnant or whatever. It's like, yeah, I slept with her. Didn't get her pregnant. But, yeah, so ignore what they're saying about you, know, if they're hating on you or whatever. And you could explain to them that, like, you know, I've only been dating her a few days. It's too short of a time to actually get her pregnant and to make sure that she's pregnant. Because, you know, it takes a while to, you know, make sure that you've missed your period. Because it could come, you know, a few days late, a few days early, whatever. And so, that's the best way to determine someone's pregnant. And then, well, not the best way, and then you can take tests. But, so yeah, I bet you're not the father. And if it comes down to it, you can, you know, do a DNA test. But I highly doubt it'll come down to it. I don't even know if that's expensive or not. But, so ignore what people say about you. You know, maybe even break it off with this girl. It's kind of ridiculous that, you know, she's determining you as the father because she's a slut. Well, your friend, obviously. I read your email, and yeah, so I wouldn't stay with this girl, or I wouldn't tell your friend to stay with this girl because, you know, she's a slut and she's just trying to make you feel like the father. And I would not stay with a girl like this, especially one that's pregnant with a baby that's not mine. So really, guys, did enjoy this video, and please click that like button. Let's see if we can get to 70 likes. I will see you guys later, and please subscribe for more.